Hey everyone, welcome back to MLworks. In this video, we'll continue with our series on UI frameworks for building generative AI applications. So today we'll be building AI Data Explorer with open source tools like Streamlit, Ollama, Scikit-learn and Seaborn, and also we'll use other data analytics library like Pandas and Polars. So as part of this tool, we'll be adding features like where it can accept multiple formats of input like CSV, Excel, Parquet and JSON. And we'll also have something called as EDA for performing exploratory data analysis, where you can get some basic EDA on top of your data frame. Then comes our LLM insight from EDA. So once you get your EDA results, you will be using those EDA results and send it to an LLM model and get the insights from that EDA as well. And you will also have the options for visualization, where you can send in your data set and plot all the numeric columns and visualize your data set as well. When it comes to the UI, so this is how the UI will look like, where you will have the option to upload the file in certain specific format, and then you have option to select the EDA, run EDA, generate the insights like from the LLM, and then you have options for visualizing the data as well. Now let us talk about the project structure that we'll be following. First, we have this AI Data Explorer folder, under which we have app.py, where we'll be writing our Streamlit UI code. Then comes our requirements.txt, which manages the packages for our environment. Then comes our core folder, inside which we have EDA for performing basic and smart EDA. Then comes visualizer for visualizing the data set. Then insights for making a call to the LLM. Then comes schema to understand what is the data type of each column and based on which we want to perform the smart EDA. Then comes loader, which will be for loading the file into your Streamlit. Then comes your prompts.py, which will be used along with your insights and will be performing LLM calls. Then comes our README document, which is what we are reading now. So let us now talk about the installation aspect. So first, you can create a virtual environment with the help of venv, which is used for creating the virtual environment. And once you create that, then you can switch to that environment using source command and activate the environment. And then you can go ahead and install all your dependencies inside that virtual environment. So once this is clear, we can go ahead and talk about the data explorer. So first, let us understand requirements.txt, where we have all our packages. First, we have Streamlit for UI, Pandas and NumPy for data analysis, Matplotlib and Seaborn for data visualization, Scikit-learn for anomaly detection, then request package for making call to the Ollama API. And then comes our Polars, which is same as Pandas for data analysis. Now let us move on to some other file, which is loader inside our core folder. So let me go here. So in this function, what we do is we import Pandas and Polars, and whenever we input a file into our Streamlit UI, we check whether it is a CSV file, Parquet, Excel file. So based on that format, we'll be using corresponding loader. Okay, so here if you notice, if it is a Parquet file, we'll be loading using Polars and then turn it into a Pandas data frame. So if it is of none of these formats like CSV, Parquet, Excel, then we'll be raising an error, which is unsupported file format. So next comes our eda.py, where we have some basic EDA done. So this imports Pandas, where you have this function basic EDA, and it takes an input data frame. Then what you do is you just perform some summary on your data frame by understanding the rows, columns, what are the missing values, what are the data types, and you also perform describe on top of your data frame, which will give you the details about the count, min, max, about all those details about your data frame. And when it comes to smart EDA, it takes in two parameters. One is the data frame and other is schema. So here what we do is it will be taking in something called as schema.items, which is nothing but a function call which is made here, schema.py. It generates a dictionary. So it will tell you exactly what is the data type of each column. It will be either numeric, categorical, or date time, or text. So if it is numeric or categorical, then we'll perform this type of EDA where we find the mean, standard deviation and missing values, and here we perform value counts for categorical variable. So this is with respect to the EDA. Then we move on to schema.py, which we need to understand first. So here we create a function called infer schema, which expects a pandas data frame. And here you will be creating a dictionary, and with the help of this, all the columns that are present inside the data frame, we iterate through those columns and we see the data type. So based on those data types, we assign some value to that columns. So for numeric column, we set it as numeric. If the column is containing date time object, it is called date time. If the column contains less than 20 unique values, then it is turned into categorical variable. The rest of them is called as text. So this is the schema that we generate for our pandas data frame. Now let us move on to our insights.py, because this is where we make call to our Ollama API. So here we import request, then we import insights underscore prompt. If I just go to prompts.py, you will see this specific prompt where we say you are a data analyst given the following data summary, which will be the EDA results that we'll be sending here. We have to perform these operations on top of that specific EDA result, either generate the key observation, data quality issues, interesting patterns or anomalies, or suggested next steps, and keep it concise and actionable. So this is what will happen when you send your EDA results to the LLM, which is present inside insights.py. So here if you notice, we have Ollama URL, which is by default running on port 11434, and then we have generate insight function where we are sending the EDA results, which is coming from as part of the function call, and then we are using this insights prompt, and then we are updating that prompt with the EDA result. Then we send it to Llama 3.2 and get the response. So this is what LLM will generate based on the EDA summary. Then comes our correlation matrix, where we perform correlation between all the variables inside our data frame, and then we have detect anomalies, where we identify the anomalous record in our data set. So these functions will be called as part of your Streamlit UI. Then comes our visualizer.py, which is the last file inside our core folder. So inside the specific file visualizer.py, we have simple function for plotting the numeric distribution. So all the columns which are numeric in nature, we just take those columns, iterate over them and plot them as an histogram plot. And we store it as plots inside our plots list, which will be shown in the Streamlit UI. So let me close this. Now let us jump on to our last and final file, which is app.py, where we have our UI code. So the first thing is we are importing the Streamlit as ST, and we are importing all the functions that we need to use for performing the EDA or performing the LLM insight. All those things are imported here. Then we start with our title and markdown, which is the title of the page, and markdown below that title. Then we set certain flags like run EDA and show correlation. So by default they are set as false, and we have functions here where we have set run EDA and toggle show correlation, so which is set as true when you make the function call. Then first thing we want to start off with is our sidebar section, which will contain upload option, then contains the selection box between basic EDA and smart EDA. Then we have our sidebar button, which will be performing run EDA, and then we have a button for generate the insights, which will make the LLM call. And then we have visualize data, which will take in the data frame or the uploaded data and visualize all the numeric columns. Now let us understand upload underscore file. So what will happen is once you upload a file, then you can go ahead and use this load file function, which will load the data based on the format it has. Either it is CSV, Excel or Parquet format. It will use the corresponding loader, whether it is from Pandas or Polars, and it will be turned into Pandas data frame finally, and which is stored in the DF. Then we have our subheader, which is dataset summary, which will show the number of rows and number of columns. Then we have st.write, which will show the head of our data frame, which is the 5. If it is just head, then we take the top 5 rows from our data frame. Now once you upload the document and if you click run EDA, so what will happen is it will change the state of this session state of run EDA and it will become true. And then we perform infer schema from our data frame, and if the EDA level is selected as basic, then we will be performing basic EDA and then show the result as JSON. Similarly, if the EDA level is selected as smart, then we perform smart EDA, which requires schema also, which we get it from line number 46, and again show that as our JSON. Then comes our generate data insights. So this generate data insights depends on the EDA result. So once this is done, then only we can go ahead and run this. Okay, otherwise it will tell you with a warning that run EDA first, then only you can see the data insights. So here you will make call to the LLM based on the EDA results and show them as some markdown or write it on the UI with st.write. Then comes our show correlation. So this is the button that gets enabled once you upload the document. So if you see, right, it depends on the session state of show correlation. So by default it will be false. Once it is turned true, then you will see show correlation button. So next comes our show correlation, where you have this subheader show correlation, and this will make a call on top of your data frame, and it will generate the correlation between your all the columns, and it will be written here, and you will be setting your correlation state here where it is set into false. So this is the button which will be using for toggle show correlation, which is present here if I am not wrong. So this is the one. Okay, so here it will turn it into true, and then what we have is our detect anomalies, where you can click the button and it will create this anomaly detection, make a call to detect anomalies, and it will see whether anomalies dot empty. If it is empty, then it will show it as no anomalies detected. Otherwise it will show you all the anomalies. Then we have our final button, which is visualize data. Once you click visualize data, it will make a call to the plot numeric distribution, and you will be plotting all the plots here. Now let us run this file. So let me close this. Here let's Streamlit run Streamlit apps AI data explorer app.py. So first let us upload a file, exam score prediction, and it has shown the data summary. It has 20,000 records, 13 columns, student ID, age, gender, course, and all these different columns are present, which is combination of both numeric and categorical, and also just a unique set of IDs. So what we can do is by default we have EDA as basic. If we click run EDA, then it will generate EDA results, which we can see here. Now based on this EDA results, we can generate the insights, and if I generate or click generate insights, so it will make a call to the LLM with all this data, and it will say what exactly is wrong with the data or what is the potential issues. So it will say the observation, and then it will talk about the data quality issues, then the interesting patterns or anomalies, and then what is the next suggested steps. So now let me move to smart EDA and run EDA again. So this is the smart EDA, and it will say mean, standard deviation, and missing values. So this is for the internet access. So it is categorical variable, so it is doing value count for each of those values inside that column. So you can generate the insight here also. Now it will take all this data, this EDA result, and it will generate this insights. You can clearly see there is a change in what the data insights are based on the type of EDA you are sending in. And then we can go ahead and visualize the data using visualize button. So it took all the numeric columns and plotted all these histogram plots for those columns. Then comes our correlation matrix. So let me click this. So it will generate the correlation between all the columns in your data frame. Then you can click detect anomalies. So once you click the detect anomaly button, it will run through the detect anomaly function, and it will detect for each row whether it is an anomaly or not. So we'll see that column here, which is showing -1 in most cases, and there will be some cases where it is showing as 1, and for the rest it is showing it as -1. Now what you can do is you can go ahead and update most of our code here and add some other functionalities for performing EDA, and also update the plots, and also how you can manage your sections of the UI, right? That you can change. So this is pretty simple what we have done till now. You can go ahead and modify this and understand this better. With that, I'll be concluding this video. Thank you for watching.